Welcome, I'm the Deadwoodjedi. There's another Raid Shadow Legends video. I'm obviously trying to do some, and failing apparently, some Fire Knight runs because we have a big thing going on. Right now we have the Noelle fusion. So this fine Monday morning, I'm drinking some coffee because I couldn't sleep. I don't know if you guys had that problem. It's been an issue this last week, getting like 2 hours of sleep. And then I'm taking like a 2-hour nap in the day. And that's just not enough. Just not enough. Like if I could take a 6-hour nap with the 2 hours sleep, I'd be okay. But like this is just it's uncouth. I'm not okay with it. Anyway, I'm enjoying my coffee this day, and I saw pop up that the schedule for the fusion came out, and boy, is it exciting, because I think this is going to be one heck of a fusion. Lady Noelle just looks fantastic. I'm not gonna lie, guys. This is something that if you have the opportunity and the wherewithal to do this fusion, I'm gonna highly encourage that you do it, because her kit looks fantastic. Now, let's get the caveats out of the way. I know every time someone in the comments is gonna be, she's trash, don't do it. And you know what? Fine. That's what you think. Fine. You don't have to do the fusion. In fact, this last year, since I haven't been super active, I've skipped a lot of fusions. And I'll be honest, I didn't miss them. Didn't miss the champions. And I ended up pulling half of them again anyway. But the truth of the matter is, she's really good. So if you can do it, I do encourage you to, because I think she's someone that's going to be a benefit to your account. Now, obviously, there are, plenty of people out there that won't miss her. Maybe you won't end up using her on your account. It does kind of always depend on your individual champions and whatnot. But I'm definitely starting to see some real positives for Arena and for Chimera, and even for the Demon Lord clan boss. I think she's going to be actually pretty insane for that too. Maybe not insane. That might not be the right way to phrase it. I think she's going to offer some positive alternative choices, because she has some real unique things in her kit, and she does some things that I don't know any other champion in this game does. And that to me is really exciting. On top of that, I have 2 Sir Nicks on my account, and boy, he sucks. He just sucks. He's never been great. I always thought he was a little overhyped, but now there's a potential for him to actually be useful. Not really on his own, but more in concert with Lady Noelle. And that's kind of exciting. Now, as far as the fusion schedule goes, there's one really important thing I want to point out here. Like, obviously, it's going to be a lot, right? We got to get 4 of the rare champions to fuse 1 epic, and we got to do that 4 times. It's one of the long ones, right? So it's going to take a lot of resources. You got to have to commit if you're going to do it. But what I will say is, a good thing, there's only 1 summon event. There's a summon rush, and that's it. 1 summon rush. There's no champion. There's a champion chase. Oh, there's a champion chase. How did I miss that? Okay, there's a champion chase at the end. Never mind. I'm no longer excited about that. I'm no longer really hyped about that. The cool thing, though, is if you can do the summon rush, you do have an opportunity to get the epic from the summon rush directly. That'll mean you can skip 4 of these events separately. And that makes a big difference if you have the resources to just do the summon rush. Of course, it's gonna, the price for the cost for the epic is gonna be high regardless. That's really disappointing. I was really excited for a second there. I thought, oh, there's no champion chase. My bad. I'm really glad I had to re-record this video. I'm really glad I did. So I don't know. That's the schedule. It's gonna take us through Christmas. Basically goes through the 30th. From today to the 30th. It's 2 weeks. It is what it is. Pretty typical fusion fare. But what I really want to talk about is Lady Noelle herself, because she has, first off, she looks amazing, right? I like she's a little older lady, but she's looking good, keeping it tight. She really goes through that skincare routine every night. I'm loving the outfit that she's got. I think it's just really well done. To be expected from Plarium, but still very nice. But she's got a really unique stuff in her kit. Her A1 block buffs for 2 turns. It's 100% chance when booked, which is really solid on an A1 ability. Just I'll kind of place this on you. And decreases the turn meter of champions under freeze, which is definitely going to have an impact. The interesting part is it can't be resisted if Sir Nick is on the team. This is a theme for her kit. And this is where I go, her and Sir Nick kind of make an interesting pairing. because now you can build her without any accuracy whatsoever if you keep him on the team. And Sir Nick, like I said, he's not great, but he does bring some useful things to the squad. So that's definitely something to kind of keep in mind. Now, the A2 is a sweet skill. Like this, first off, it removes a sheep. There's a single target, so it's only a single target of an ally, but it does remove a sheep debuff, which is great. And if you do remove the sheep debuff, remove all debuffs, or I'm sorry, if they don't have a sheep, it's just normal person, you instead cleanse them of all their debuffs. It will heal them by 50% if they're not under sheep, and then heal everybody else with a surplus. That is a massive heal. It's a 50% heal of her max HP. It is not uncommon to have somebody with 100,000 HP as your healer. That could be huge. And she's got good base stats. You can notice a high HP, high defense. So she's got some potential there for a really massive heal. And then, of course, if it's Sir Nick that you're healing, you activate his Goodwill skill. That is the unkillable ability with the continuous heal. This is when booked on a 3-turn cooldown. Oh yeah, you get increased speed too. There's a lot going on in this ability. What's really cool in my mind is that it's a 3-turn cooldown. And if you target Sir Nick, his Goodwill ability goes off, which means you can actually turn Sir Nick's unkillable skill from a 4-turn cooldown to a 3-turn cooldown if you're targeting Sir Nicholas. That's kind of massive. That really opens up a lot of possibilities as far as doing a clan boss team, as far as doing chimera stuff. There's a lot of possibilities, and even in arena. I think that's a really powerful ability. And then maybe the best skill that she has is actually this A3, where it revives all dead allies with 50% HP and turn meter, has a 75% chance of placing a freeze debuff on all enemies for 1 turn, and it will place it. It cannot, even if there's no dead allies, you can still just freeze everybody, and it cannot be resisted or blocked if Sir Nick is on the same team. This is where, again, don't need accuracy if you pair her with Sir Nicholas. The best part about this, though, is that 5-turn cooldown books down to a 3-turn cooldown. I do not believe there's any other champion in this game that has an AoE revive, an all champion revive on a 3-turn cooldown. That's insanely fast and insanely powerful. That skill alone, I think, makes her valuable enough to consider fusing. Just that skill, even if nothing else was on the board. And then when you combine that with the increased speed, with the block buffs ability, with the that's not even taking account the combination with Sir Nick, just the block buffs, the increased speed, that and the massive heal she gets, that's a really nice kit. Then when you factor in Sir Nick, means that you don't need accuracy on her build, and then the freeze can't be resisted or blocked. So, block debuffs doesn't matter. Makes her very, very strong. Her passive ability is nice. It pairs well. Decreases the speed of enemies under freeze debuffs by 10%. Allowing that debuff to stay on longer is only good for us. And when a sheep debuff expires on an ally, fills their turn meter by 50%. That's one of the most debilitating things about sheep, is that you just start with 0 turn meter. That's a huge, huge boost actually in arena. That's pretty much it. And then AoE or arena battle speed aura for 30%. Less helpful, but it is a nice aura for arena. That's definitely a good aura for arena, but it's not enough of a factor for me to be really excited by that. But yeah, those skills that she has, the fact that she can turn Sir Nick's unkillable ability to a 3-turn cooldown really opens up the possibilities for unkillable teams. As far as clan boss goes, you could easily pair her with somebody like a Demitha, and that's just on a 1-1 ratio, you're blocking damage or being unkillable all the way through, or at least close to that. It can be really, really effective. I really like what she has going on here, and makes for an interesting kit. Also, I think in Chimera, she's going to be insanely good. Like, I've constantly finding I need a revive. I have to have a reviver on my team. I need increased speed. I need block buffs. She brings all that. Then when you combine that with Sir Nick, now you're talking about having unkillable as well, and continuous heal. And those things and shields, and those things are coming on 3-turn cooldowns. There are some interesting combinations there. Is that going to be the end all be all? I mean, there's still a lot of other stuff you need, so I might still not be worth it to go that route. But it's something to consider. Definitely something I would be considering. I can't wait to fuse her and actually test some stuff out with that. And so, yeah, she's a really good champion and a really good get for everybody, I think. So I definitely encourage you, if you can do the fusion, to do it, because I just think she is so good. Obviously, there's an epic here with Steri Vinegard. Okay, I really like the A1 with the weaken debuff. I mean, 75% chance on a 2-hitter. That's going to be pretty much guaranteed. A2 should be able to do some decent damage. A3 kind of plays into that. But, you know, just as an epic damage dealer, is nothing really that exciting to me. Definitely has some interesting potential, though, to her. I haven't actually looked at the rare champion. Probably not going to be very helpful at all. Okay, so 50% chance to steal turn meter, increase accuracy. That's okay. And decrease turn meters. Okay, that's, you know, a lot of turn meter decrease. Okay, buff strip and then decrease speed. I mean, interesting champion. I wouldn't say she's great, but, you know, I can see some potential uses. I don't really like rare champions for turn meter manipulation. They just generally are too inconsistent. They don't usually have 100% rate on that, and so it's not something I can really rely on. So not my favorite kind of thing, but, you know, definitely has some potential there. But yeah, if you can do this fusion, I'm really upset with myself for not having saved enough resources. So hopefully you guys did, because I think she's going to be a really good champion and definitely somebody you're going to want to get. But again, it's not a huge deal if you can't, and everybody has their own different account and different philosophy. So no, it's not going to be, you know, and it's not like you have to quit the game if you don't get her. But I thought I would just share that real quick, that it just came out, and I woke up this Monday morning, I couldn't sleep, and made some, you know, I was like, oh, well, I guess I can do a video on that, make a little coffee, and, you know, call it a day there. So that's what we got for you guys today. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and yeah, till next we meet, I'm the Deadwood Jedi.